guys, welcome back. Let's talk about Housewives of Atlanta season 14, episode 8. This episode gets a 10 out of 10 for drama and entertainment. It was so entertaining. There was no shortage of fights. I mean, we had Sonya versus her husband. Sonya confronting Drew Sidora. Drew Sidora shading the hell out of Sheba Sheree. We actually got to see Sheba Sheree. We had Kenya versus Marlo, then Kenya versus Kandi, then Kandi versus Sheree and Marlo. Like, it was non-stop entertainment, and the show gets a 10 out of 10 for that. But it's a double-edged sword, because I do believe the fact that they compact so many scenes and so much drama into one episode, I feel like we kind of lost the essence of a lot of the conversations. I felt like things were being rushed. Y'all remember when Ronnie DeVoe told Escaping Them that the placement was off? The placement and the spacing was off. Well, the spacing and the pacing for this episode was off, and the producers should have allowed more room for the scenes to breathe, okay? But that's just the television producer in me. There was one point in time during a conversation between Monietta, Kandi, and Kenya where they were making candles, and literally it felt like at one point in time, they brought up 10 different topics within a 30-second time span. They were talking about the vibrating panties. Then they started talking about the chill party where Kenya said that she wanted to have sex with Kandi. Then they were talking about Monietta's wedding. And they were talking about this. And they were talking about that. And I was just like, whoa. Let the scene breathe. You can tell that they wanted to fit in so much in this one tiny episode that I was just like, okay, this is... It was entertaining, a very good episode entertainment-wise, but the fast-paced editing and a lot of the cutting made it very confusing and messy, in just my personal opinion. So, the episode starts off with Drew. Of course, drop it with Drew. Listen. This is Drew's episode to really hold it down and to really show the people that she has a legitimate business, all right? Because the ladies have taken every opportunity to drag the business all the way down to the ground on this little TV show. And so, of course, we got this thing where, she was asking one of the customers, like, how many pounds have you dropped? And she said 20, and somebody said 150 weeks, and somebody said this. So it was really good to see that this is a real weight loss program and people are actually being affected by it in a positive way. So shout out to Drop It with Drew. But yeah, she's going to have to do a lot of positive promotion, a lot of damage control, because these ladies have, dragged it, honey. Okay. With that being said, we then get to, the sauna. Okay, we get this scene where they go to a sauna house and Marlo and Sheree are going into the sauna. Then Kandi gets there a little bit late, but when Kandi arrives, she's like, no, I'm not doing that. No, they're like, why, Kandi? Why you not getting into the sauna? Because I have somewhere to be after this, so I don't want my hair napping up. And it's like, okay, cool. Even though I don't believe Marlo and Sheree's hair, but okay. Everybody has different hair, right? And here's the thing about that. And I hate to nitpick, and I hate to nitpick when it comes to Kandi, because I do feel as though Kandi is being held to a standard that they don't hold themselves, which is BS. But at the same time, this was a really good example of Kandi not really being invested into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kandi treats Real Housewives of Atlanta at this particular point in her career as like a secondary job, which technically it is, but I feel like it's so much further down the priority list than some of her other gigs. Because a person that's really invested into the show the way I think Marlo is trying to be would take one for the team, get in the damn sauna. We're filming a scene. We're creating a TV show. Okay, there are cameras. There are audio people. There are producers in the next room trying to get the shot, trying to get the scene, trying to get the money shot, right? And it's like you're not invested. You're not participating. You don't seem interested. And I think that's probably what they really want to say. They really don't give a shit about Kandi as a friend. They don't care if they're calling, they don't care if Kandi is calling them or checking up on them. I think what they're really saying, but can't say because you can't break the fourth wall, is, Kandi, we want you to be more invested in this project and what we're trying to do. We're trying to revive the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And it just seems like for a while now, for years and seasons at this point, Kandi she just doesn't involve herself or participate in the way that personally for me. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just see it differently. But to me, she always seems disinterested. And that's just a personal no. I could be wrong. But I felt like her not participating in the sauna. And yes, I understand from an everyday practical standpoint, you have somewhere to be. You don't want I totally get that. But in a perfect world, I would want Kandi to just be more invested, participate in everything. Thank you. Okay. Now I could not leave this couch without saying all that. Moving right along. So yeah, they're at the sauna and whatnot. Kandi doesn't want to participate because she has somewhere to be. She doesn't even want to put on a bathing suit and take pics. She was like, no, I'm not doing that. They was like, well, do you want to do it? Nope, I'm not doing that. Well, do you want it? No, I'm not doing it. And it's just like, why did you come? Like, girl, go, bye. Like, why did you even come here? Like, that's what I really wanted to say. Like, girl, we didn't need you. And then it kind of seemed like she had an attitude too. Like listen, Kandi did not want to be there. I don't even think she want to be on the show no more, to be honest. I felt like the only reason why she has remained on this damn show is for the promotion of her business to stay relevant. Because quiet as it's kept, and I know Kandi was Kandi Burruss Tucker before the Real Housewives, but let's just be honest at the situation. And Kandi will be honest with you about this because I've heard her say it. Before Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kandi's career was at a decline. I mean, it was. It was. And she can tell you. I remember, I think it was on Kandi Coated Nights years ago, 11, 12 years ago. She said something like, the reason why I'm hustling so hard now because I've been at a point in my career where things have slowed down and I wasn't getting work and I didn't have any gigs and I wasn't making the residuals and I didn't have the money and I da-da-da-da-da-da. Right? Not saying Kandi was ever broke or anything, but what I am saying is there was a dip in her career. There was a point in time where the career for a couple of years went radio silent. So Real Housewives of Atlanta definitely revived her. She definitely had Kandi was everywhere. Kind of like Drew Sidora. What was Drew Sidora like? Drew Sidora, yeah, we know of her, but we've seen her more out and about. She's been thrusted in front of our faces. The same with Garcelle Bouvet. Who was thinking about Garcelle Bouvet before the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Nobody. Not saying that she wasn't someone before the show, but her career just wasn't popping. She wasn't popping like that. And now Garcelle, we can't keep her out of our mouths. So anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. Sheree basically brings up the point that she's disappointed in Kandi. Kandi basically starts getting very frustrated because she's like, you guys are holding me to a standard that you don't hold yourself. Marlo says, I was growing up in the foster care system and you grew up with family and you know better, so you should do better. And Marlo, that's a crock of shit. Marlo, you are full of shit. And I appreciate Marlo and the fact that she has this mindset like, I'm going to make these girls work for their peach. Because yes, Kandi needs to work for her peach. Yes, you're a veteran. Yes, you're the longest standing housewife on here. Yes, you have the most money. Yes, you have the most businesses. But I feel like you are so comfortable in your spot. And that makes for boring TV. Right? So I love the fact that Marlo is trying to awaken the beast out of Kandi. But at the same point, Marlo, you're doing it in a very dumb way. You're doing it in a very stupid way. Like you bringing up the whole foster care system and you bringing up the fact that Kandi grew up with family, so she should act better. Like that's so dumb. Y'all all need to be held to the same standard. If you're not calling Kandi, if you're not checking up on her, if you're not being a great friend to her, why would you expect her to do that for you? Just 2 weeks ago, you were saying that the girl was fucked out in Atlanta, dating below her tax bracket. The pussy wasn't good. Why would she want to be friends with you? Like, Marlo, I don't know what's going on with the brain, but the brain is not braining. The brain ain't braining. The math ain't mathing. I don't know. Like, I don't know if the education just went all the way out of the window. The head is empty. You're not a great friend to her. Why do you expect her to be a great friend to you? That's stupid. That's dumb. But then again, it could be code for, girl, you need to be more invested in making this damn TV show. Okay, we all want to stay on the air for another 14 years. So I don't know what to think. Y'all let me know in the comments down below, right? So Kandi gets frustrated and she cries. And honestly, I stand with Kandi on the friendship stuff. where I don't stand with Kandi is, girl, you need to participate. I don't care. Okay. There was another scene at Drop It with Drew where, granted, she did have some sort of an emergency at the house where it was a crazy person talking about I'm Beyonce's son, I'm Beyonce's daughter, and I'm Beyonce's auntie all in one. Okay. Granted, she has something going on, but regardless of whatever is going on outside of filming, Kandi ditched and really didn't participate in yet another scene. We can take it back to last week where she missed a whole bunch of scenes because she was out doing the shot. Now listen, I'm not faulting Kandi for having a life outside of the show. I'm just saying this is now the third, fourth, fifth time where you have been too busy to really give this show your attention. Maybe your time is up. I mean, I'm just saying, and this is not me trying to get Kandi fired or nothing like that. This is not me wanting Kandi to be off the show. I'm just saying, like, Kandi's career has elevated to a point where maybe she doesn't need Real Housewives of Atlanta anymore. Just food for thought. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Okay, then we get this next scene about Sonya and Aaron. Sonya feels like Aaron isn't really emotionally and physically there for her, so no, she doesn't want another child. Sonya ends up cooking for Aaron. Sonya says that she doesn't want to have a child. Aaron says he does have one. There basically is no resolution. I don't even know what to say about this. I don't know. Like, there was no resolution at all. I feel as though something has to give. Somebody got to be okay with not having a child, and somebody got to be okay with having a child. But ultimately, if I had to skew the balance or the tip, if I had to put in the tip, no. If I had to choose a side, I would err on the side of caution. And like, if I had to give the couple advice, I would say don't have a child. You should never have a child because somebody else wants to have a child. You should have a child because both of the parents want to have a child. I can't imagine, and I'm not a woman, I don't have a uterus, and I'm never going to have one, and I'm never going to push out a child. But I can imagine actually pushing out a child from my coochie and not wanting it. Like, what? Not saying, which is different from, let me put it this way. I can't imagine planning to push out a baby from my coochie when I don't want it. Now, I know women get pregnant all the time unexpectedly and they still have their children. But I can't imagine planning a pregnancy when I really don't want to be pregnant. Like, that sounds miserable. So err on the side of caution, don't have the child. That's how I feel. If the mommy don't want to have a baby, don't have a baby. Like, that's crazy to make somebody have a baby when they are adamant about not having a baby. Like, I wouldn't even want the baby. I wouldn't even want my girl to be pregnant if she didn't want to carry and birth and take care of another child. Like, that's crazy to me. I don't know. That's just me. And if Aaron really feels a ways about it, then you know what you got to do. Listen, something's got to give. But what do I know? You know, I can't even get a man to text me back. Anyways, moving right along, Sheree is working on She by Sheree. Now, what I will say, I'm happy that Sheree is working on She by Sheree. I'm glad that she's putting her focus into this. I'm glad that her energy is now in her business because that's what we want to see. Black women with black businesses, we love to see it. However, during that scene, we did get to see some of the prototypes. There was a prototype of the top. It was like a blue top with the shoulder pads, and it was horrendous. It was horrendous, but she made up for it because then we got to see the leggings. The leggings were fabulous. Shout out to Sheree for that. We got to see the yoga mat, which was really cute. We got to see the water bottle, which was super cute. I love Sheree's logo. So I have a feeling that She by Sheree is going to be a success because I did see some cute pieces. So shout out to Sheree for finally getting it together. After 14 seasons. Moving on. Then we get this scene between Monyetta and Kandi and Kenya, the one where they were talking about 10 topics in literally 3.3 seconds. Kenya says that Kandi was wrong about the panties. Kandi, of course, is getting super defensive. And she's talking about this is the same girl that basically said in front of my husband that she wanted to have sex with me and that I can get it. And did y'all not learn anything from Portia and Kandi? Did y'all not... I don't know what it is. Let me say this. Kandi's beautiful. And I was watching the BET Awards today. And Kandi up, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later because, honey, they gave Kandi her flowers, but this the hell out of Nene. But Kandi looked fabulous at the BET Awards. Her hair, her makeup, it was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. 10s across the board. Kandi is a beautiful woman, right? Now, I am a gay man. And listen, my opinion about how a woman looks or how attractive a woman is really like, who cares? It's invalid, right? Because I don't want the woman and I don't want to sleep with the woman. But Kandi's a very beautiful, gorgeous woman. However, she definitely isn't the baddest thing to come across the screen. She definitely isn't the baddest person on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, with that being said, what is it with, maybe it's Kandi's energy. Maybe it's the way Kandi carries herself. Maybe it's the fact that Kandi is so open with her sexuality in some regards. But why does everybody feel the need to express to Kandi that they want to have sex with her? Everybody just loves Kandi. Like Cynthia wanted to sleep with Kandi. It felt like Portia said that she wanted to eat Kandi out till she came, allegedly. Kenya at the chill party where they were singing chill, chill, chill. I just want to chill, chill, chill. She was saying at the chill party that she wants to, it's like, why do y'all keep expressing to Kandi that y'all, like Kandi really, she's that attracted to y'all? I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Like, I don't get it. And then it gives Kandi a leg up for when y'all get into an argument to be like, well, you wanted to fuck me. And it's like, I'm sick of y'all. And I don't even blame Kandi, but I'm sick of y'all giving Kandi this ammunition to be like, well, you wanted to fuck me. And then it's just like, no, like y'all are giving Kandi way too, like Marlo and Sheree, y'all are giving Kandi way too much. I feel like Kenya, you're giving, like, y'all are giving, like, girl, maybe this is just one big attempt to make the girl work. I don't know what the hell going on. Anyways, moving right along, we get Drop It with Drew. Kandi questions the legitimacy of the facility. Marlo is making fun of the fact that Drew had the printed out Drop It with Drew FedEx banner outside the damn gym. We get this situation where Kandi gets there before anybody else, but Marlo walks in and doesn't say hey to Kandi, but ends up saying hey to Kandi later. It was weird. We got to see the Sheba Sheree yoga mat, the Sheba Sheree water bottle, and the Sheba Sheree leggings that looked oh so beautiful. We did get this little moment between Ralph Pittman, Drew's husband, and Santa, where did y'all notice the way Santa was holding Ralph's shoulder? I was like, okay. She touched Ralph's shoulder and it was more like a caress, like she was massaging his shoulder muscle, like this muscle right here. She was kind of like massaging it and pressing it. And I was like, okay. It kind of reminded me of that moment where Dorit kissed Mauricio, like on the chest or on the arm. It was interesting. It just kind of felt like she wanted to just fill up on Ralph. And you listen, I want to fill up. I mean, Ralph, he has a beautiful body, beautiful body. But so your man is fine too. Like, rub up on your own man. I mean, I'm just saying. So I thought that was interesting. Listen, Kandi has this emergency where somebody's jumping up the gates and stuff like that. I felt like Monietta was the first one to run after Kandi. Like, before the workout could even start, Kandi left the scene. She left the building. She fled to Canada like Tanya and them, child. So Kandi leaves, and then Monietta runs after her, and then Sheree runs after her, then Marlo runs after her. And I'm like, Marlo, you are so fake. Like, I'm sorry. I was here for Marlo, trying to get Kandi to work. But this episode in particular really cemented in my brain that Marlo is fake, 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 fake. First, Kandi is all out in Atlanta, and now you're running after her trying to figure out who Katrina is. Marlo, shut the hell up. You're fake, and you don't have no concern for this woman at all. Like, you're fake. And I see why Kandi and Kenya really don't want to be your friend, because, you know, I wouldn't want to be your friend either. Like, you talk too much shit, okay? But I mentioned this because I just kind of felt like, was I the only one who thought that it was super rude for everyone to run after Kandi during Drop It with Drew? Like, Drew was doing her whole presentation and they're getting ready to work out, and she's trying to motivate everybody and trying to get everybody ready to do their jumping jacks and their push-ups and their, you know, weights. Kandi runs out, Monyetta runs out, Marlo runs out, Sheree runs out, everybody runs out to check on Kandi. So I thought it was rude. After y'all noticed that Monyetta went and chased Kandi to see if Kandi was all right, that should have been the end of it. Kandi did not need 7 of y'all to run after her in that damn parking lot. I ain't like that. I thought it was rude to Drew, okay? Ooh, I'm burping up a storm. Now, with that being said, Kandi ended up having to go home because it was some crazy guy at the house jumping gates like, hey, Michelle. He was talking about how he's a family member of Beyonce and he's the son of T.I. and he's a singer, and Kandi invited him over to the house in Cascade Child, and it was just like, what the hell is going on? Like, how are you Beyonce family? The son, the daughter, the auntie of Beyonce, and you're also the son of T.I. Okay, what about Tiny though? I was like, what in the hell? And you could tell he was a member of the LGBT. I'm like, not during Pride Month. Not during Pride Month. When are we going to get positive images of the gay guys? And I mean, I guess Lawrence and Jay, they were positive images. But I mean, between the messy ass assistant and the LGBTQ guy jumping up gates talking about he's a family member of Beyonce, I mean, we can't catch a break this Pride month, child. Anyways. Listen, so Kandi goes about her business, right? Then the rest of the girls do the dropper with Drew, right? And then, let's see, what else goes on? Sheree says Drew still likes, yeah, then like in the confessional while they were working out and stuff like that, Marlo was like, I don't like working out, I like getting lipo. And then she was like, wait, doesn't Drew get lipo too? Again, trying to delegitimize her business or her business that she works with. Then you had Sheree in the confessional talking about you know, Drew Sidora has had a botched mommy makeover. And, you know, the way she's doing these workouts, she looks a mess. I can see why she still looks like a big busted can of biscuits. And I'm just like, it's just... I understand that the show is rooted in shade. And in some moments, it's nice. I like the shade. But I think sometimes the shade don't land because it's just rooted in meanness. It's very mean-spirited. And it's just, it's tired. It's tired. It's tired, dry, and stale, honey. Yeah, I ain't like that. After it was all said and done, they're having conversations, of course, catching each other up on the drama. Kenya ends up telling Marlo that Kandi don't fuck with her, really. Kenya says that Marlo doesn't know how to be a friend. Marlo's in the confessional like, see, this is the Kenya I don't like. She continues to hurt me. She backstabs me. And it's like, no, sis, you're the one that called her a video vixen or a video hoe first. You're the one that said that she dated every rapper and is upset because she did not get a ring. You're the one that tried to turn everybody against Kenya by basically saying that she wasn't a good friend because sis was sick and didn't have a COVID test yet. That was you. You did that first. So now she has a negative image of you again because you're fake. And it just goes to show that the whole Charleston, South Carolina thing was fake of y'all making up and then trying to go after Portia. Y'all were just trying to team up because y'all had a common enemy. And now y'all want to break up because y'all really couldn't stand each other. It's giving fake on both ends. But Marlo is probably at this point the fakest. Let's see. So then Marlo just goes off on the complete deep end looking like a dummy talking about where's Mark? Where's Mark? Where's Mark? Where's Mark? And it's like, girl, that was the best you could come up with. That was the best you could come up with, Marlo, is where's Mark? Well, who cares where she's getting a divorce? Let's move on. She's been getting a divorce for 5 years. Marlo, you've never even been married to get divorced. I mean, I'm just saying. And listen, let me not run you all the way down to the ground on this little TV show. Marlo gets up all in Kenya's face, and then Kenya is putting her face in Marlo's hand, and she's like, back up. You need to back up. I just remember her hand doing all. Kenya has, if you know, I'm a hands and feet person, so I notice things about people's hands and feet like more than anything. Like the first thing I look at when I look at someone's hands, like listen, her hands. Have you noticed that Kenya, her fingers, they like kind of go out at the tips. Like she has interesting shaped fingers. But anyways, I just remember this. Like her fingers were going like this. Like her fingers go up like swoop. Anyways. So, and then I remember Kenya saying, you know, you're a pitiful hoe. And I'm like, okay, you was getting your vocabulary all mixed and jumbled up, and it was a hot mess. You know, the one takeaway from that is the fact that I agree with Kenya in the fact that Marlo doesn't know how to be a friend and she's fake, and I wouldn't be her friend either. But the second takeaway was the fact that, you know, Kenya, I thought your outfit was so cute until I saw your shoes. Throw away those Balenciagas. Yes, the ones that look like socks. Especially with that damn outfit. You looked a plum fool. You looked a fool. And I'm just like, girl, you are too cute. Your hair was so cute. Your makeup was so cute. The actual leotard or unitard that you had on was cute, right? And then you paired it with the ugly, dusty ass, pink, hot pink Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. And I was just like, it threw the whole look off. Kenya, you looked a damn fool. Okay? Moving right along. Like, girl. And, you know, I want to say this, and this is not me. I'm not trying to drag her. Listen, this is just my honest opinion. This is how I really feel. Sheree, this is the best Sheree has ever looked all season, except for the Elvira wig. Except for the Elvira wig. This is the best that Sheree has looked all season. This is the worst. And I hate to say this. This is the worst Kenya has looked in all of her years on this show. I mean, I feel like she's just got, and maybe she's stressed out about the divorce and taking care of her child and working and doing the things for what is it? The hair care line, and she's trying to make her deadlines for Walmart, and she has a lot on her plate. But I feel as though, you know, the wigs, the outfits have gotten lazy. Like Kenya Moore's her looks this season have, I would say she's a worst dressed contender this season. Honestly, Sonya is the worst. And I think Kenya, Drew, and Sonya, I think are the worst dressed. I think best dressed, best looking people this season is Kandi. I think Kandi most of the time has been killing it. I feel like Marlo, of course, has been killing it. And I do believe Sheree has been killing it. Kandi, Sheree, and Marlo are best dressed. Sonya, Kenya, and Drew are worst dressed this year. Anyways, moving on, we do get this conversation between Drew and Sonya. At the end of it, they kind of like, you know, make peace. Drew tells Sonya that she needs to make her husband happy and have that baby. And I thought that was terrible advice, all right? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day.